Alright everybody, sorry for the late start. I was having overlay problems. It may not look like it, but I've actually had the overlay and the ROM itself recoded. So I'm just going to explain this real quick. I basically now have a non-encrypted version of Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's essentially what Scott uses to have his overlay for the games look completely smooth. So like before, whenever you'd see me like enter a building, you might see like my stats jump up to 9,000 before it goes back to normal. Like it does weird stuff. It's not going to do that anymore. And better yet, I'm going to show this off. I'm going to switch tabs. Alright, this right here is Pokebite. It's what I use to have the overlay run. Most of this is the same, but I want to go down to this right here. The STP chosen starter. These other things don't matter. Ignore these. I mean, I could use this to set my catch rate, but that's besides the point. Basically, with the non-encrypted ROM that Scott custom made, I can actually set my starter in Pokebite, as well as the stats and everything, without needing the Universal Pokemon Randomizer, and I don't have to use PK Hex to set up my save or anything. So I can literally just start from new game now, which is going to be quite awesome. But I had to edit the overlay code a little bit to get it to work. But yeah, so I actually do not have, what's it called? I don't have any notes for Butterfree, because Axew only made notes for Beedrill. He never made notes for Butterfree. So I figured before we start, we should probably watch someone else's run. I know Scott did Butterfree and Fire Red 2 years ago, but it was his first ever Fire Red run, and it's not a good idea to use that old run. So I decided to actually bring up, Exceptional's video. This was from 2 years ago, but even though Exceptional and Scott's were doing this at roughly the same time, Exceptional skill back then was just a lot better with Fire Red, because it was his one game of focus. So I think what we're going to do is actually, we're going to go ahead and watch this for a little bit, and just see what we should expect. I mean, I know we get Compound Eyes as our ability. Actually, let me double check. Yeah, Compound Eyes. This boosts the accuracy of our moves by 30%, so Sleep Powder is essentially 97% accurate. So that'll be very great to use with Sleep Powder. And I'm sure our other moves are going to be like Psychic, possibly Thief. But I want to see what Exceptional does for parts of this. I'm going to have the sound muted. Alright. Dude, I remember... Oh, dude, I remember when his background was like ambient. Pretty cool. Alright, it's just had to shut the camera off for a sec. Okay, so Brock just looks pretty much normal. Alright, camera's back. I want to look at other parts though, like Rival 2. There's no... This was before he ever used Game Hook. The Confusion, Sleep Powder, Thief, Stun Spore. Yeah, it looks like level 22 seems to be a good idea. I mean, I honestly don't think I should be worried too much about the mid-game, because you can just Sleep Powder your way through things. I think I should look maybe like Koga. What level did he beat Koga at? That's something I want to know. Let's see. Psybeam. Does he have Psychic? Psybeam, Sleep Powder, Giga Drain, Stun Spore. Okay, I probably would not have kept Stun Spore. Stun Spore is honestly completely pointless if you have access to Sleep Powder. But I think Giga Drain will be very useful to have. Psybeam, I would have just gotten Psychic and getting 3 PP ups. It does eventually replace it. I don't know. I do kind of wish there was a way to hold on to Thief for this point. Yeah, I do wish there was a way to hold on to Thief. I mean, where do you even need Giga Drain? This is actually a serious question. Where do I need to use the move for the first time? Honestly, I'm not really sure. Because Psychic and Psybeam would just completely take care of everything. Would you ever try Minecraft? Dude, I've played Minecraft for a very long time. I haven't played it recently, but... Do you mean like on stream? Probably not. Giga Drain for Brock. If only you got Giga Drain that early for Brock. Besides, you got Confusion for him. Alright, I know Blaine... Yeah, Blaine's quite freaking bad. Yeah, I think the plan here would have to be just, like, outspeed and try to at least 2 to 3 shot everything. I mean, it doesn't look like those first stages are to worry about. Yeah, it definitely looks like we need to aim for 53. Draco, you get Giga Drain after you beat Erica. I honestly think Giga Drain would probably be Lorelei. Okay, Draco, I'm gonna mute you if you keep doing that. Seriously, that's not funny. Alright, rivals. The rival before the league. I don't think we need to really worry about this one either. I think Giga Drain would only really help for Lorelei. Because I'm sure... Actually, I don't know if Psychic would one-shot Rhyhorns. But then again, just Sleep Powder. But I do want to get Silverwind as soon as possible. And Silverwind is all the way at level 47. 7? Yeah, 47. I mean, the goal is probably for some of the fights, probably to try and use a Sleep Powder, and then try to get off an Omni Boost, but I don't really want to bank on Omni Boosts, but I feel like for Lorelei here, it's kind of needed. Because Psychic Giga Drain Silverwind. You know, funnily enough, Draco, I could theoretically do that strat. Wouldn't be a great idea. Yeah, this doesn't look, I think this might be too low of a level. Yeah, I don't think that level's gonna work. Yeah, he did end up leaving, it looks like. Level 66. So he got to Lorelei at level 66. He got Dream Eater. Okay, I feel like Dream Eater would actually be better. I think at least for the League specifically. Because it is 10 power stronger, but I don't think it has as many power points, though, which is a problem. Let me look up Dream Eater power points. $15. Okay, so it's more powerful and has more power points. But the disadvantage is I would only be able to use it if the opponent is asleep. But the question is it worth it? Like, if I'm using Sleep Powder on almost every Pokemon, I mean, maybe I could have both Psychic and Dream Eater and not have Giga Drain at all? I don't know. I think Giga Drain's only useful for, using Compound Eyes, I believe, makes Sleep Powder 97% accurate, so it still has a 3% chance to miss with Compound Eyes. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Giga Drain's still useful for Lorelei, but at the same time, I'm comparing a 100 power Dream Eater to a 120 power Giga Drain after super effectiveness. Like, is an extra 20 base power really going to make a difference with a Butterfree? I don't think it will. So, if we could get away with never using Giga Drain, We could have both Dream Eater and Psychic. Psychic to speed up fights, and then if we ever use Sleep Powder, we can just Dream Eater. So maybe our moveset could be Hypnosis, it could be Sleep Powder, Dream Eater, Psychic, Silverwind. Which is a fine moveset. I don't think there's anything that resists both of those moves. No, I think everything's at least neutral, because this game doesn't have any dark types. Oh, before Gen 5, it was not affected by Liquid Ooze. What the? Since the move is not a TM in Scarlet and Violet, Drowsy and Hypno cannot legally learn Dream Eater in those games. Okay, that's pretty funny. Alright, what level did you get to the champion? 75. I feel like the only thing that would really matter, though, is just being a fast enough speed stat. I think as long as I focus on buying Calcium and Carbos, I should be fine. Okay, I think I've watched enough. They nerfed Hip, no. Oh, also, let's take a look at our leaderboard before we get started. I've already updated all of these times. I timed from New Game to picking up the starter and nicknaming its speed. It's about 38 seconds, so I added 38 seconds to all their run times. So that way we can start from New Game. So if we take a look towards the bottom, who do we think Butterfree will do better than, and where would it stop? Will Butterfree do better than Parasect? Honestly, yes, Parasect was pretty bad. Zapdos? No, I don't think it will do better than Zapdos. So I think maybe 145. Hey, Adam. I just started Fire Red play for the first time in probably over 10 years, and Butterfree's so much fun to play with. It absolutely is. Starting with Confusion is very good in the early game. The problem is this Butterfree ends up falling off in a team run. Trust me, I've done the same thing. I've tried using Beedrill too, and Beedrill stinks. It really does. Okay. I'm going to put the over-under at 145. Hey, man, yummy. Alright, so yeah, I am running the Modest nature. I do think this is the correct nature. I don't think we're going to use a physical attack this entire run. So I feel like that's the perfect ability. Maybe you could argue Timid nature to increase our speed, because 80's... what's our speed? 70? Hold on. Yeah, 70 speed. 70 speed isn't great. So maybe if we do plus speed, if we sacrifice a little bit of... I feel like since we have to be over-leveled anyway... If we have to be over-leveled anyway, I don't think we need plus speed. One day use Malamar. I haven't used Malamar yet. Yeah, Butterfree is a special attacker, yes. Then again, I feel like in Kanto, plus speed at 70 base speed wouldn't really help it much. I don't know. Yeah. I think I'll stick to the plus special attack nature. We'll just stick to Modest. Alright, the overlay's looking good. I'm not going to have any notes for this run, so the description's not going to have a paste link to the notes. Alrighty. I will not play Legend ZA on stream, no. I am going to play that offline casually. Probably with my brother. Maybe after I beat the game, I'll do ranked battles. Yeah, you're not going to change much given speed. Exactly, yeah. Since I think it's better to have the raw damage. I'm going to be over-leveled anyway, so I don't think I need plus speed. I think plus speed would be like... Actually, I think if our special attack was great and our speed was okay, I would consider plus speed, but oh well. Okay. We're going to be starting on new game now, which we didn't before. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, when Professor Oak sends out the Pokemon I'm playing with, I know I set everything properly. You're heading to bed. Thanks for stopping by, Draco. Oh, it's actually really convenient I got a female Butterfree. I don't think in Pokebite I can actually change the Pokemon's gender. I think that's tied to the personality value. So, if I needed a male Butterfree specifically, I would have, what would I have needed to do? I would have had to just reset until I got one. But fortunately, I got the female one. The female Pokemon are generally better to play with in solo runs because, what's the reason? It opens you up to attract strats. A lot of the tough trainers are male. Or at least have male-driven teams. Yeah, sadly we don't have a special stab move because Silver Wind is physical. Why does my level still say level 5? That's not right. Oh, the overlay crashed. Cool. Yes, reset the run. Why did the overlay crash? It just started working now. I'm just gonna play up to the rival fight. Oh, I don't think, Alright, since the Venomoth was sent out, that means I didn't set the starter properly. Yeah, every time I reset, I gotta redo that. Yeah, why didn't it level me up on the overlay? Hey, John. Huh. It updated now. Why didn't it do it earlier? What? What is going on? That stuff should be gone. Times if I go into another battle and run away. Alright, let me try gaining another level. I thought I got this fixed. Oh, the overlay's frozen. Dude, why are parts of the overlay frozen? Let me look at Pokebite. No, the game time's still progressing, but why is the overlay frozen? Why is it Butterfree in the title? It's because I'm playing with Butterfree. I'm just doing overlay testing. Because shit's freaking breaking on me. And why? I thought I got this all fixed. Oh, it's crashing reading the HP stat. Oh, whenever I take damage, the overlay crashes. Okay, I see what the problem is. I can fix that. The thing is, when I converted the overlay to use Scott's no encryption ROMs, to make the gameplay smoother. I had to recode a bunch of the overlay. Okay. Don't think there should be anything else wrong with this. Okay, yeah, I think just whenever I was taking damage, the overlay was crashing. Alright, so let me get to level 8 and see if it levels up. I will be allowed to catch HM users. I just can't use them in battle. I can't, technically my official rule is, I'm not allowed to, they're not allowed to affect the battle in any way. Like if I'm in a forced double battle, which isn't going to be a thing in this, then my second Pokemon can't help me out, like damage the opponent or like use a weather move or use Growl. It's got to just waste time. Okay, as soon as I can see a clean level up to level 8, I'll do the run for real. Seriously? Okay, yeah. I think the overlay's fixed. Alright, now I've got to go back into Pokebite here and reset my Pokemon. Butterfree. Save. I think all the stats are still good. No, I gotta reset. There we go. Alright. It should be all fixed. Alright. Take 2. Alright, Butterfree's out, so I know I did it right. I'm gonna need that potion for later, probably. Alright, female Pokemon. I don't know if Scott's patch forces Pokemon to be female if they have the option to. Or if I'm just lucky. I mean, it is a 50-50. I'm just going to assume it was luck. Okay. If anyone was wondering why before the Professor Oak battle, or before the rival battle, I opened up my menu really quick. There is a girl who will block you from leaving Pallet Town, and she'll force you to talk to her if you've never opened the start menu once. So I press start and immediately turbo beat out. It's to prevent her from showing up. Saves like a little bit of time. I actually have to start doing that now, because before, on the regular ROM, I would actually open my start menu to set the options, but Scott's patch has the options preset to fast, off, and set. So I have to actually open the menu somehow. Otherwise, she talks to me. Alright, good to see there's no overlay crashes. So I feel like I finally fixed everything. Oh my god. That was unlucky. Alright. Should I fight the optional rival? No. The optional rival doesn't really give good XP. Should I fight I'll fight the trainers in the forest. Yeah, from now on with my Leafgreen runs, I only need one ROM. I don't have to use the Universal Randomizer or PK Hex. I can just set everything in Pokebite now. Before I couldn't because in the vanilla game, there's a bunch of party data encryption to like try and prevent cheating. And Pokebite, it literally cannot edit the stats on a normal vanilla ROM because of the encryption. But Scott's patch gets rid of the encryption, so it doesn't do that. Am I gonna have enough confusions? Yeah, I should. You know, it actually could be a strat to go into Brock at less than 20. How much speed does the Onix have? It's either 23 or 26. Might be 23. But if you go into Brock slower than his Onix, he will not prioritize going for Rock Tomb. But I'm pretty sure if I beat his Geodude, I'll get to level 11. But I don't think it's really going to matter. Because Confusion's going to do a lot of damage. I may as well just get the level. I'm going to fight this guy too. Hey, 10% confused. Let's go. Okay, two-shot it. Level 12. It's 24 speed. Did that just crit? I think that was a crit. Yeah, that had to have been a crit. There's no way Rock Tomb would have one-shot. I'll keep a close eye on it. Oh, it wasn't. Okay, I think I need to start the run over. I need to yeah, I'm gonna have to reset the starter to Butterfree. Honestly, here's the problem. I did too much training. If I went into Brock slower than his Onix, due to an AI quirk, he will only use Rock Tomb if... He will not use Rock Tomb if he outspeeds you, but I think if it detects the one-shot, it will always go for it. Then... hold on, I'm gonna go back to Exceptional's video. What level was he when he Brock? I'm not gonna switch screens. I'm just gonna take a... Level 11? Oh, dude, this is not legitimate because his Butterfree has hardened because he evolved from a Caterpie. I guess I will need to look at Scott's run. Just because at least... Actually, wait, no. I think he started out as a... No, I'm pretty sure he started out as... Oh, no, he started out as Caterpie. Okay, dude, that is so annoying, dude. I just want to see what someone has to do to beat Brock, but they all have Harden. How high of a level am I even gonna need? You know what? This calls for Kingler Calc. Alright. Generation Fire Red. Brox is on. Butterfree. I'll try level 15. EVs are not going to mean anything. Alright. So, Rock Tomb does 63 to 76% at level 15. I think I was 13. 80 to 95%. But it looks like at 15, I'll easily survive one. But it says here it's a 45% chance to two-shot. Honestly, I think 15 has to be the answer, because even if the Geodude does chip damage, because I'm going to get hit with 1 tackle and the 12 damage. So even at the highest rolls, I can survive a tackle and a rock tomb at level 15. Level 17 for sleep powder. Well, the problem is you got to take into account the time it takes to get to level 17 to learn sleep powder. Like in the amount of time it takes to go from 15 to 17, you could just get a couple of resets. But I think level 15 is the right choice. Because it'll be a 45% chance to two-shot. But then again, there is always the chance Rock Tomb misses. So plus there's also the 10% confused strat. Honestly, yeah, I think level 15 is the plan. But I think I will have to fight the rival. Okay, let's try that again. Man, it's been a half hour and I haven't even started the run. Great. Alright. Go. I mean, I still want sleep powder. It's just the amount of time it would take to get that high would... I think in that amount of time, I could probably reset to Brock probably 6 times in that amount of time. Like, if I do Brock at level 15 and I get 3 resets, that's technically faster than grinding to 17 off Wild Caterpie. If you get what I'm saying. But I'll fight all the trainers and see what level I'm at. Who knows? Maybe fighting the rival might give me the extra XP I need. Okay, I'm a female Butterfree 3 times in a row. I need to ask Scott if his patch always makes Pokemon the female, or if this is just by chance. I mean, I'm not going to complain right now. Yeah, I'll still fight every Pokemon I come across, though. Seriously, it's so annoying. Like, a lot of people will play, like, the newer games. Like, if they ever do the solo runs, they usually evolve throughout the battle, or throughout the run. Both of those Butterfree runs I watched are kind of invalid in the early game just because they get Harden and Tackle and String Shot, which Butterfree cannot learn. Butterfree can't learn those moves. Caterpie and Metapod learn those moves. And that's the only way for Butterfree to get them. So literally those videos, their Brock strats were not useful at all. Because they could just set up Hardens on the Geodude. Alright, I better heal at the center. Okay, fight the rival. I mean, let's see. If maybe, like, after the junior trainer, I get, like, level... Oh, I'm hoping to get level 15. Uh-oh. This is why I hate that rival battle. Like, if I'm in the forest, it takes so much time to backtrack, but if you try to do the fight early, you just get destroyed. Okay, I have the female Butterfree 4 times in a row. That's a That's technically a 1 in 64 chance. Actually, no, wait. No, that's 1 in 16. 5 in a row is 1 in 64. And actually, no, it's 1 in 32. So with you taking Butterfree's, the rival always going to have the same starter. Yeah, what this patch does is when I set my Pokemon, it actually sets all 3 of the starters to be Butterfree, but the rival is always going to have whatever that Pokeball used to have. So since I chose the leftmost Pokeball, the rival will have Charmander. If I had chosen the middle Pokeball, I think that the rival would have Bulbasaur. And I think the right one would be Charmander. Or no, it'd be Squirtle. But in my runs, the rival always has the fire type. It's a very old rule when I started doing these runs years ago, that the rival was just going to have the same starter every time. And it's just a legacy rule that I still play with to this day, just because it'd be way too much work to change it. I mean, coincidentally, it's the hardest starter, but like if I was playing with a water type, they kind of get a huge advantage in that factor. Yeah, I need to ask Scott if his patch always makes the Pokemon female, because I should have gotten a male Pokemon by now. Alright, so I guess I'm not gonna go fight the rival. False start? A lot of false starts. I had to delay this. I had to delay the stream originally because of overlay issues, and it took me this long to get started because of overlay issues. And then I had a run just completely die to Brock because I went into him underleveled. And I kind of had to go from scratch with my Brock route because I tried watching Scott's Butterfree run and Exceptional's Butterfree run to see what they did at Brock, but both of those runs had one serious problem. They started as Caterpie and had access to Harden. Starting as Caterpie literally gives Butterfree a free win on Brock because you can just use Harden on the Geodude. Like, I can't do that. So I went to Kingler Calc, and I realized at level 15, I will have a 43% chance to 2-hit the Onix, and I will always survive a, maximum roll tackle and a maximum roll rock tomb. So I would just need the 43% chance to 2-hit it, or I could get something else lucky, like a 10% confuse or an Onyx miss. Yeah, that's effectively what my plan's going to be. But yeah, Mario, the reason I was having overlay problems because I started using Scott's no encryption ROM for Fire Red and Leaf Green. That way I can set my starter in Pokebite itself, so I won't have to use the universal Pokemon randomizer or PKHex to set my stats. I can just do it all within the software. So I only ever need one ROM, but I had to recode the overlay to do it, to like not crash. But when I started the stream, I was still getting crashes. Alright, it's going to take a bunch of work to get to level 15, so I'm still going to fight everything in the wild, and I'll slowly make my way back to the rival fight. I'm not going to fight the junior trainer just yet, because well, there's no point in fighting the junior trainer right now if I'm nowhere close to 15. Actually, Butterfree was not Ash's first catch. Ash's first catch was a Caterpie. I mean, I get what you're saying, but it's technically a Caterpie. Actually, wasn't it Pidgeotto first? No, it was Caterpie first, then Pidgeotto later. Alright, I better save just in case. Oh, Butterfree line. Okay, sorry. I did not see the word line in your message. Yeah, see, the optional rival really doesn't give much XP. His XP yields are pretty bad, but since I need all those levels anyway, may as well just backtrack. Yeah, I do like Butterfree, yeah. It's a really cute looking Pokemon, yeah. I mean, I like it better than Dustox and Beautifly, although I do kind of like Dustox. Poison Bug is surprisingly great defensively. Plus, in the Sinnoh games, where you can get yourself a Dustox before the second gym, the second Dustox is really good against the Grass Gym and the Fighting Gym. They do, like, no damage to it. Butterfree versus Zard. Yep. All of my Leafgreen runs face Charizard anyway. Do you do round 2? I do not know. I don't really think it adds much to the run. I mean, I get the teams are harder, but I don't want to do 20 minutes of Sevi Island plot just to get there. It's really not interesting. The only game I do round 2 of the Elite Four is Heart Gold, because it smoothens out the level curve from blue to red. Because, like, instead of going from blue straight to red, where the level spike is 30 levels, you can do the round 2 league first, where it'll slowly go up. So I feel like it helps the pacing of the game. Like, maybe you don't have to get every rare candy, for instance. Honestly, it could potentially be worth Blackout training to Brock. You know what? I think it would be. Because I'll be able to defeat the Geodude consistently. And then I'll just have the Onix kill me, and then I can just come back. But I should probably do my shopping first. Okay. Man, either I haven't played Leafgreen in a long time, or the game just feels faster with Scott's patch. Honestly, I think it's just the fact I haven't played in a while. I've been playing a lot of slower games lately, like in the newer consoles. That's probably why it's, feels like it. Alright, first Blackout. Hey, Deadpool. Hey, what's up? Would you try to play Lucario's run with a ROM hack? You mean like do a Lucario solo run? I actually have done Lucario. I've done it in Pokemon Platinum. If you go to my channel Platinum playlist, you'll find it. I think it was my first Platinum video. I don't think I did Lucario in any other game. No, I don't think so, no. Dude, seriously, I get the 10% confused with confusion, and Onyx never hits himself. Yeah, honestly, I feel like maybe once I get to level 15, I could probably just save and reset before Brock. Oh. Mario, or no, Adam. Adam, did you tell me level 17 was when it learned Sleep Powder? Oh my god. Hold on. I gotta pause the run. Dude, the timer doesn't have the thing in it. Okay. And more overlay jank. I copied over a lot of the changes from Emerald, and it did include the badges. Okay, I gotta fix that. I don't think this should take too long. Yeah, no, this won't take long at all. I may have to edit my reset counter though. Whenever I press the letter R on my keyboard, it adds a reset. Save. Okay, so... Get poison powder at 15, stun spore at 16, sleep powder at 17. You changed that to be number 5, so it wouldn't do that. Yeah, but some of my other games I use 5 for the gym badges. Okay, so this should fix. Okay, yep, it's all fixed. Oh, wait, I got all of the moves? Wait. Oh, no, Adam, it's not 15, 16, 17. It's 13, 14, then 15. Yeah, here's the moveset. Level 13 Poison Powder, 14 Stun Spore, 15 Sleep Powder, 18 Supersonic, 23 Whirlwind. So no, this... So yeah, I went into 15 thinking I would just do the Confused strats, but then I'm like, oh, I get Sleep Powder at this level. Well. Okay. Let's actually do the frickin' run now. Alright, and resume. Yeah, you might be thinking of Butterfree in a different game, or you might be thinking of Bulbasaur. I know Bulbasaur in this game gets a bunch of Spore and Powder moves at the same time. Oh, what game were you looking up, may I ask? Were you looking up, like, Ruby and Sapphire or something? Alright, so, should I fight these nah, I don't think I need to. There's better trainers than Mount Moon. Oops. Leaf Green and Fire Red are different. I don't think they'd be different between the two games. I don't think Fire Red's level up set's different from Leaf Green's. I don't think that's accurate. Why did I get that? Wait, I have repels. What am I doing? I allow hidden power, but it's not accessible in Fire Red and Leaf Green because the only way to get it is to use the ability pickup, and I ban the ability for pickup. The reason I ban the ability pickup is because it could add a bunch of luck to some of the runs. Like, for example, I could pick up rare candies. So, since I banned pickup in all my games, hidden power is indirectly banned in Fire Red and Leaf Green. If I could get it through a different method, I would. Yeah, John, I never forgot that. Supersonic? No. Yeah, plus you would have to catch the Meowth, too. Can't learn any of the tutors. You know what? You're really making me want to look this up. Pause. Hey, I just paused on 69 milliseconds. I'm going to take a look. Alright, I'll go to Bulbapedia. Alright, let's look at this. Gen 3. No, this is throughout the entirety of Generation 3. There's no game-specific thing. Like, if we go to, like... What's a good example? Usually, if it was different between games, there'd be 2 columns here. It's literally the same. 13 poison powder, 14 stun spore, 15 sleep powder. And besides, you saw me play the game. I literally got sleep powder at 15. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Like, hey, Shadow. Okay, that's the last I'm going to look this up. Let's continue. Alright, I'm going to need to teach Thief, though. Don't want poison powder. That moves garbage. Alright, gotta make sure to sleep powder the Pidgeotto, though. Seriously? Okay, well, that was unlucky. You voted for the over? That makes sense. I just confused it while it's asleep. Nice. I just confused the Charmander, too. That's pretty funny. Thief. I wonder if I could use Thief to steal any good items. Not really. No. I know the ability Compound Eyes makes it more likely for wild Pokemon to have held items, although I'm not sure if that was introduced in Gen 3. Adam, I did Google it. I was on Bulbapedia right in front of you. Alright, tell you what. Point me to the website where it says Butterfree in Fire Red and Leafgreen gets Sleep Powder at level 17. Point me to the website you're reading that off of, and I'll go take a look. Because I was literally on Bulbapedia, so just tell me the website you saw it on, and I'll go look there. Besides, like, it doesn't really matter what another website says. You saw me in the playthrough get Sleep Powder at level 15. I'm not sure why this is an argument. Alright, apparently the Nidoran images are spelled incorrectly. I'll have to fix that later. Dude, every time there's an error with a Pokemon not showing up, it's always the Nidos. Their names are so weird. It is level 15, John, but Adam's saying it's 17, and he looked it up, and it does say 17. What he keeps saying. Do I want secret power? Nah. Thing doesn't need secret power. Adam, were you looking up Generation 1? Please tell me you were looking at Generation 1, because that would be really funny if you were. You were? Oh my god, that is... no offense, but that's funny. You were looking at Red and Blue, not Fire and Leaf Green. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It's fine. At least you admitted you were wrong. Alright, let's go fight Misty now. We're at 39 speed, so I will be able to outspeed the Staryu, which is good. Alright, so the plan is to Sleep Powder them both, Confusion the Staryu, and then Thief the Starmie. Whirlwind, gross. Okay. The reason I didn't put it back to sleep is because I knew Misty only has one super potion. Okay. Gonna need a couple potions. Oh man. Oh. I was just stalling time until I got Thief back. You thief. Right. I think I might want the Versus Seeker. Yeah, I might want that. Alright, I'm not gonna want Rest or Brick Break. Pretty much nothing useful on this ship. The trainers aren't that good either. That was funny. Good thing I switched over to Thief. Sleep and stay away till Gen 7 where it's 13, and then it goes to level 8, then it goes back to 12. Interesting, so they kept changing the level. Interesting. Wow, the outspeed Thunderwave. Alright. Oh, shoot. I forgot the trash can berries. Whoops. I'll be fine. The boat berries are only really good for the Surge Cherry Berry. Alright, at least you wasted your super potion on that. Holy cow, that did like nothing. Surge is the name of a 90s soda? Interesting. Yeah, I think I'm too low of a level. Yeah, the cherry berry would not have helped there. It wasn't even, they weren't even going for Thunderwave, funnily enough. Although I am considering the citrus berry. Because I think the citrus berry might actually help. It would let me survive another shockwave. Diabetes in a can? I mean, so is Mountain Dew. Yeah, this Butterfree is really annoying to fight, but it gives really good XP. Yeah, I think the XP I think the versus seeker number on the overlay is broken. I'll have to fix that later. I think it's reading the wrong property. Because in Pokebite, there's 2 different properties revolving around the Versus Seeker, and I think I'm selecting the wrong one. I'm just going to get level 28. Interesting enough, though, once I see it stop flickering between 1 and 0, then I know it's done charging. Kinda interesting. Surge is like if Monster Mountain Dew had a child and Red Bull did 5-hour energy drink. Oh my god. That sounds gross. Okay, level 28. This should be good enough for Surge. But yeah, Cherry Berry would not have helped here. Besides, the other berries on the Bow Cherry and Pecha and Chesto, there's other spots for them. Alright, yeah, outspeeding the Voltorb makes a huge difference. You've got to be kidding. That Pikachu is still not a one-shot? I wonder how Compound Eyes interacts with Double Team. Okay, that is just stupid. Dude, normally that Pikachu dies to everything. Okay, that wasn't too bad. But yeah, I just needed level 28. Dude, 4 times speed is a lot faster in Fire Red than I remember it. Maybe it's just because I actually looked at my streams. The last time I played Leaf Green was back in June during, when I did that, randomized solo run race with Skill Link, with the Skill Link podcast. That was literally the last time I played it, so I guess I just forgot how fast Leaf Green is on 4 times speed. Which would make a lot of sense. Yeah, and here's another Cherry Berry. Yeah, Gen 3 are very fast games. Yeah, it's been a while since I played it. I guess I just forgot. I remember when these came out, it was immediately the birth of the when's the next remake coming, people. Good one. I wonder if Gust will have any uses. I'm going to do it just to save on PowerPoints. Yeah, I mean, I switched to 4x speed on Fire Red Leaf Green a long time ago. It's just, it's been a few months since I last played Leaf Green. I just forgot. Plus, I just remembered I never used the bike in Rock Tunnel. Doing a run of the Diamond Rick, I'm going to shiny hunt for an Arceus. Pray for me. You gotta pray to him. Oops. Also, before I ever gain access to Psybeam, it might actually be worth getting Psychic immediately. I mean, I can just teach Psybeam over Gust, just so I have both. And then I'll probably replace Psybeam with Dream Eater. That's the irony of the statement. Oh, really? You were just waiting for me to get it? I mean, your older 3x speed were still fast. They tend to be still faster than Gen 5 on 4. I mean, that's true, yeah. Okay. Calcium. Alright, I'm going to teach Psychic in the place of Gust. And then use 2 PP ups. We are Poke nerds, can't you tell? Yeah, I think getting Psychic early and just not waiting for Psybeam is probably the better choice. Also, I can technically get Dream Eater as soon as I have... Actually, as soon as I get Fly, I could go get it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's worth immediately getting rid of Psybeam for Dream Eater? Oh, dude, I forgot that thing has Early Bird. Dude, that Kangaskhan's got Early Bird. I forgot about that. It can work up turn 1, so on that Kangaskhan, I'm just going to have to brute force it. Ooh, special D drop. Nice. Okay. Thankfully, Giovanni can play stupid. Yeah, Dream Eater's very powerful. I was planning on getting it anyway. Oh, I have an escape rope. Just use that. Nope. Okay. Actually, Oop, I accidentally paused. I wonder if Scott's no encryption thing actually makes the game play faster. I don't know. I'm looking at the BizHawk thing, and it says 240 FPS. Which is correct. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go get Dream Eater right away. I mean, I have to use sleep powder on a lot of fights anyway. Alright. Oops. I mean, Dream Eater isn't as good when sleep was eventually nerfed to up to 3 turns. In Gen 3, it's 1 to 5 turns. Gen 4, it's 1 to 4, and then Gen 5 is 1 to 3. And that's what it's been at ever since. I'm not going to use Dream Eater on everything, though. Only stuff that I'm actually going to sleep powder anyway. Dream Eater in Gen 1. Has Scott ever found a use for it in a solo run? I'm not sure. Also, I just learned this recently through an archipelago I was doing in Fire Red. Hold on. There's a hidden item up there. I was always wondering, I always knew there was a hidden item on this floor, because in Red and Blue, there was a hidden elixir on this floor that I always got. And I'm like, where's the hidden item in this game? But no, it's up there, and it's just a mushroom. But you know what? Actually, you know what? If I ever need to use the move reminder on the Sevi Islands, there's no need to catch Paris. I can just get that big mushroom. Actually, I think that will be helpful, yeah. If I ever do a run where I need to use the move reminder. Problem is, you don't want to spam Dream Eater too long. Yeah, I think this will be my moveset for a good while. I know Exceptional taught Giga Drain. I don't think Giga Drain's needed for anything, potentially, other than Lorelei. Besides, I think I'll eventually delete Thief for Silverwind. For Omniboost. So I think some fights, I'm just going to need to have an Omniboost in order to win. Plus, I think before the league, after all the rare candies, I know Exceptional was level 73, or he was 75 with the champion, but I don't think 75 is necessary. I think I'll get to Lorelei at the start after candies be level 70. At the start. I think that'll be good enough. Alright, I'm gonna go do, I'm gonna do a few of the cycling road trainers. I hate these guys. This is probably the only good one here. At least in this group of 6. Biker Boss. Yeah, I'm just going to be 70 at the start of Lorelei after candies. I think that's what I'm going to aim for. So if I get 10 rare... If I get 11... 12. If I get 12 rare candies, which is every rare candy except the Sevi Islands, I would just need to train to 58. And I have the Versus Seeker. I can always go to Fisherman Psych for that training. Is this the Buck Wheezing trainer? Yep. Jackson. And honestly, I think with Sleep Powder, this thing doesn't really need substitute, so I'm just going to skip it. I guess I'll get the Quick Claw. You never know. I just got double teamed just to sell it for later. When Scott doing Butterfree in Gen 4? Probably never. That's not even a joke. It's literally probably never. Should I do I don't want to do Koga first, actually. I'm gonna do Sylph training first. The reason I don't want to do Brock's gym right, Koga's gym, is because all his trainers have psychic types, and those are going to be annoying to kill. So I'm just going to do the Sylph training first. I mean, besides, I have to do all this training anyway. Oh. I should really read abilities before I use Sleep Powder. Is Scott's anti-spinner patch in this? Dude, I hate that. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask Scott to make me a patch without his anti-spinner patch. Dude, stop using Sleep Powder on things. This is really bad, too. No, I'm not sure why he wouldn't do it. This is kind of bad, because I was really looking forward to using Scott's non-encryption patches for Gen 4 as well, because it was going to make the overlays look a lot better. Maybe I can ask him to just make me a patch that doesn't have the spinner patch in it. I'll ask him to see if he can do that for me. Yeah, it would explain why those bikers never saw me, though. Because I still want to use these patches, but I don't know. Who knows? It might be very easy for Scott to make. What does the patch do? It gets rid of the encryption that's in the game. So basically, my overlay will work and run a lot smoother in between loading zones, especially. Plus, I can actually set my starter within Pokebyte, so I don't have to use the Universal Randomizer or PK Hex. I can just edit the stats in the software. But I really do not like this anti-spinner patch. Like in Gen 3, spinners will look towards you if you're running. But Scott could just run past them and then they'll never see him. But yeah, I think after the stream, I'll ask him Like, one, is his patch making the Pokemon guaranteed female? And two, I'll ask him if he can make me a patch that doesn't have his spinner patch in it. If I can just get him to get rid of just the anti-spinner thing, but keep everything else, I'm fine with it. And if you're wondering if Scott's patch deletes the early game encounters, it does not. That's a separate setting you have to do. Yeah, I don't have that at least. I just got a 3% sleep powder miss. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Oh my god. This is insane. Is there a spinner on one of these floors I could test it on? Oh, yeah, it absolutely did, yes. I just got another sleep powder miss, dude. Come on. Yeah, it should be pretty easy for Scott to make some patches. Because he told me removing the encryption for him basically just took him minutes to remove the encryption. But I'll ask him if he could make me a patch that does everything else the same, but no anti-spinner. Because I hate that. I still want to use the non-encryption patches he uses, just not like that. Like, just take that one thing out. I mean, I'm not asking him to take him out of his patches, at least just take it out of mine. Alright, that's, all that. Seriously? Oh, dude, you've got to be kidding. That outsped me by 1. Alright, I'll just go do Koga. Yeah, see, the spinner was looking away from me. I still did the pausing thing, because I'm going to assume the spinners work normally. Okay, I've got to quit doing that. Am I dead? Yeah, I'm dead. Alright, fortunately, at level 47, I'll get Silverwind. Oh, hold on. There. Psychic. One shot. Yeah, Dream Eater would not have one-shot that for sure. I'm gonna Sleep Powder, though, to prevent a smoke screen. Wow, you jerk. Alright, I outspeed the Charizard now, so... I think now I want to go back to Sylph. Breaks the game. You talking about the spinners? Yeah, this should be enough power points. Alright, so I think Thief... Screw you. Alright, at least the Gyarados isn't that... Okay, this thing is bad. Go to sleep. Oh, I'm out of Thieves. I'd be impressed if I won this fight. Nope. They would call it cheating because it is cheating. Well, then again, they would say running with perfect stats is cheating. Then again, Red and Blue has a category extension called Custom Starter. They actually use a custom ROM patch that lets you set your starter and the stats in the options menu. So in that category, it actually wouldn't be cheating. But in like vanilla categories, yes. Okay. Elixir. Yeah, it looks so wrong. It does look wrong, yeah. I mean, I don't mind when Scott does it in his runs, but I don't want to do it in mine. Yeah, 47 probably would have been better. Okay, yeah, this will be my final moveset. Because I don't think Giga Drain is going to be useful at all. Dream Meter would just be far better. Special D-drop, nice. Sleep. I just like seeing Dream Eater get some use, though. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do Sabrina, then Erica, then go to Blaine. Actually, I know Exceptional had problems with Blaine and had to be level 53, but I outspeed all of his Pokemon. I'm looking at my speed stat right now. His fastest Pokemon is, I believe, 93. Yeah, the Rapidash is 93. Yeah, I outspeed everything. Level 47 would be better for Slither, for Silver. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I still want to be 70 at the start of the league after rare candies. So I'm going to get every rare candy that is not the Sevi Island candy. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to need that candy. That's basically the desperate candy. It's sort of like the Gen 1 power plant candy. Although Gen 1 the power plant candy is like a 45-second detour, but in this game it's 4 minutes. Assuming you one-shot the bikers and their Pokemon and you skip the spinners, it's a 4-minute time cost. Slitherwing mentioned, so when are you running that? Never. Slitherwing sucks. You can't change my mind on it. What was I already... Blame. Because obviously, since I backported it to Gen 3, that means modern Slitherwing is bad. I'm going to stick by that. Even if it doesn't make sense. You know what, Shadow? I have a better question. When are you going to backport Slitherwing and Iron Moth to black and white? That sounds like something you should do. Oh, I still need to do a vitamin buy, too. And Dream Eater, it's so nice to see the Dream Eater move actually get used. Of course, flawless logic. Did you guys know you can't cut tables? Should I fight any of Blaine's trainers? No. Blaine's trainers are not as good in this game. I know they can be good for special attack EVs, but I'm just gonna buy calcium. And besides, the trainers aren't that good. Basically, in Fire and Leaf Green, the training really gets good once you get access to the cool trainers in Giovanni's gym and in Victory Road. That's when the training gets really good, because they all have 5 Pokemon each. Plus, oh, you have got to be kidding, dude. That lives? Okay, that is dumb. I guess I have to put those to sleep. Well, at least you're wasting your hyper potions. I appreciate it. Okay, I hate it when the gym leaders do that. Critical hit. Only I could get the Twisted Spoon. Okay, I've got to quit doing that. It's interesting, though. He only full heals the Rapidash. He doesn't full heal the others. Alright, 1 Dream Meter. Followed by a Psychic. Psychic? Yeah, okay. There we go. I missed those races you did with Exceptional. Man, it's been a lot. Yeah, it's been like... What? Okay, Scott's thing is broken. Hold on. I think... Does it have to do with freezing Surge's trash can puzzle? No, I just had to reset. I think freezing Surge's trash can puzzle was it. I probably shouldn't have done that. I haven't had that happen to me in years. I'm gonna pause the... Alright. I unfroze the trash can puzzle. I don't think I need to freeze it. I think just set it once and be done. Yeah, I'll do that next time. When am I getting my third PP up? Wait. I think I already got it in Sylph, didn't I? April 5th? It felt so much longer than that. I thought that was 2023. Well, I mean, Exceptional doesn't do Fire Red content anymore. He's been doing those, like, longer form games, like Stardew Valley, and there's, like, other games he's doing. I mean, those are what he has more success with, so good luck to him. Alright, do I want to fight any other trainer in this gym? Probably the cool trainer right before Giovanni, because I know he's got a Nidoking. Okay, why does Samuel here use super potions, but Warren uses full restores, or hyper potions? There's clearly a difference in ranking here. Alright, I have 11 Dream Eaters. I'm just gonna put each one of his Pokemon to sleep. I don't think I outspeed the Doug Trio, though. Then again, I think the Doug Trio only has ground moves, unless it has Slash. Oh, it does. Dude, I got the 3% miss again. Oh my god, dude. I think the gym leaders only use full heals on very specific Pokemon. Warren the GOAT. Yep, you're right. It's because he's the GOAT, that's why. I mean, he never came up to me and asked. Okay, I better go buy some calcium. Can I buy any others? You know what? May as well get some protein too, and zinc? Yeah, get some zinc. Alright, I'm fully maxed out in vitamins. Alright, I'm gonna go around the region and get the rest of the candies. Except for the island candy. I don't want that. Sorry, Fisherman Elliot. You're just not good training anymore. I fully embrace the psych strat now. Oh, I never returned the gold teeth, I don't think. Oh, I did. I just never got the candy. Yeah, he's just had more success doing those 5-hour videos he's been doing. Is that all the candies? Yes, that is all the candies. How many candies do I have? 11. So Victory Road will be the 12th. The Charizard is 126 speed. I think I should get level 70 before I fight the rival, just because if I don't outspeed that Charizard, I'm dead. Hey, Psych. Everybody say hi to Psych. I wonder what Stadium 2 of Twitch would do better. I know the speedrun Steve did not. Steve did not do well. I've actually considered reactivating multi-streaming to Twitch just when I do speedruns. I've considered it. But then again, I mean, it's not as much work to set up as people would think. I just have to re-download the Restream extension. But the annoying thing is, like, having both chats up. And I don't really want people to follow me on Twitch. I'd want people to subscribe to YouTube. That's just what I would prefer. Alright, so let's see. If I have 11 candies, and I want... Actually, I want 70 at the start, so... Actually, I could just do Victory Road training as well. So, let's see. What level should I be at the rival? Honestly, maybe 65 after the... Maybe... Alright, tell you what. I'm going to level up one more to 55, use all 11 candies to 66, and then I will go from 66 to 70 off of all the trainers in Victory Road. Well, no, 66 to 69, and then I'll use one rare candy to get to level 70. Blue backport runs. I used to multi-stream the blue backports to Twitch. Nobody cared. The problem is, in an older game like Red and Blue, no one's going to be searching on Twitch for those. People generally only search the popular games. That's the problem with Twitch. Like, you only really get discovered when you play the popular games. And the problem is, at the same time, you only get discovered through popular games, but at the same time, you're competing with a million people. Steve always said, like, when he was doing Magic streams, he would actually try and figure out the times where all the big Magic the Gathering streamers weren't streaming. He told me he used to do streams at, like, he would do streams at, like, 2 or 3 in the morning because there are a lot of people who want to watch Magic, but all the big streamers are asleep. That's how he got his viewers. The only Pokemon games that generally do good on Twitch are, like, Scarlet and Violet. I mean, Shadow, have you thought of doing the stream to YouTube and like unlisting the VOD or something? I know some people do that. Okay, I think this will be the last time I fight Psych. Also, Shadow, Village Bridge, one of the best Gen 5 themes. Prove me wrong. Okay, I'm going to use all the candies to get to 67. I've actually considered doing the Wi-Fi battles on vertical. I don't know, I quit doing the vertical. They just hog up my live feed on the channel. It just clogs up the live feed and nobody watches them. YouTube changed the algorithm for the vertical streams at some point. I used to start off with like 12 viewers and then it would like flatline to like 2 or 3. And nowadays it's like I could do a vertical stream but the whole time I'd be lucky to get one person. Like, I don't know what, but they changed something about it. Why did I silly powder that? It's Gen 5, so it's automatically top tier. Good point. So yeah, it looks like 67 was the right call, because at 67, I barely two-shot the Charizard. But no, I don't want to grow a following on Twitch, though. Because if people discover, like, my content through Twitch, they're just going to follow on Twitch. I don't want that. Because I don't make anything from Twitch at all. Where's my... Did I seriously not grab the PP up? Well, I guess I'm stuck with 14 Psychics for now. Oh, check this out, guys. If I screw up and push the boulder incorrectly, check this out. Hug the bottom, the boulder's reset. Apparently, Exceptional discovered that trick. That trick does not work in Gen 1. Okay, so I'm just going to fight some Victory Road Trainers to get to 69. I think 70 at the start of Lorelei is the right call, though. I mean, I don't think I want to fight everybody, though. Besides, Twitch ain't really that great anymore. Twitch has really gone downhill. I know Steve does them and everyone goes on and leave fast. I don't know if it was ever worth it. No, like, I remember what my analytics were like. I saw them actively change at some point. And it made me want to quit doing them. Because I used to always tell people, like, I always had a spike at the start, but then it would go down. I never even got that anymore. But before, every vertical stream had that. It would have a spike of people who would join in the first time, which is why when we did the vertical streams, we actually quit doing intros because of it. So that way, as soon as the vertical... We would only start the vertical stream immediately as we were about to start to try and get those people to stick. But I don't get those... I never got those spikes anymore, so I just quit doing them. Plus, it just hogged up the live feed. I know M. Tiberius has had great success with the vertical streams, but I think that was just because he was doing Fire Red Kaizo, which was really popular at the time. I think it's still pretty popular. So a lot of people stuck around for it. I might want that Lumberry, though. Hold on. I better go get that other PP up. There's a PP up in Sylph I forgot to get. Surprisingly, the Butterfree's still doing pretty good so far. You know what? I think this will be a fine level to go into the league. Would you ever do Kaizo? Absolutely not. I think Kaizos are stupid. I don't like random stats and random move pool. That's not Pokemon. Oh, you You gotta be kidding. Seriously? Dude, that looks like a range to 2-shot. Fortunately, I got it. Let's see who wakes up first. I did. Get wrecked. The boost. I got the boost. The boost. I got the boost. I do want to use an ether on Silverwind. Yeah, if I'm... Dude, I got another 3% miss. I think I probably should have equipped a Quick Claw. I have no idea why I didn't equip one already. Alright, so it looks like at that speed, the only thing that outsped was the Hitmonlee. And his other Onix. The boost is so great when you get it. Yeah, they're grid moves. Yes. Stick to this. Dude, I should have equipped it, because I think... Oh no, I outspeed the first Gengar, but not the second one. I think the second Gengar has 150 speed. Yep, 150. Ah, Hypno Miss, get wrecked. Dude, Dream Eater is so freaking good on this. It's only really good, though, when you combine it with Compound Eyes. Although, I think Butterfree is a hidden ability, later gets Tinted Lens. And you could say that's also good. I remember when I did that Venonat solo run in Heart Gold Soul Silver, there was a good argument in Scott's Discord between Tinted Lens or Compound Eyes. I went Tinted Lens, but someone else suggested Compound Eyes. But I think Tinted Lens choice specs was overall better. Okay, Silverwind into that. One more Silverwind. I just want to prevent a full restore. Oh, Safeguard. Wow, you douche. Okay, I think I might need to try and get a boost on the Gyarados. Oops. Okay, that's just... What is the argument? When I did the Venonat run in Heart Gold, there was an argument between, like, should you use Tinted Lens or Compound Eyes? Come on, give me a boost. Thank you. Okay, that looked like a range. Seriously? Okay, I think I'll Psychic this one. It doesn't have Thunder Wave. Alright, Elixir. Just equip the Quick Claw, you never know. Do I outspeed the Pidgeot? I think so. Yeah, I do. Dude, it's barely a 2-shot. Sleep. 3 meter. Okay, thankfully that missed. That would have hurt really bad. Oh, dude, that outspeeds by 2. Okay, I need a boost. Wait, I still have the candy. Okay, that sucks. 149. Okay, I need an Omni Boost. It always comes to Omni Boosts. Holy crap, that hurt. Oh, reset. I do have the Quick Claw, yes. It's a just-in-case thing, but I don't want to rely on a Quick Claw chance for Charizard. And besides, getting a boost would make the rest of the fight easier. I got 2 crits before a single Omni Boost. The boost. Seriously? Yeah, I feel like I needed the boost for that. Silverwind. Silverwind. And I'll just, I'll still put it to sleep. $119.52. You think Jolly... I was debating a plus speed nature for this run, but honestly, did you see how close some of those ranges were? I still think plus special attack was justified. I mean, I needed boosts for some of those fights anyway, especially for the raw damage. Otherwise, I'd need better luck with Sleep Powder. No, John. I think plus special attack was still the right call. All right. How many of you had faith in me? 33%. I will say, though, this did do a lot better than I thought. For a comparison's sake, let's go take a look at Scott's run and Exceptionals. I know their runs are old, but it'll still be an interesting... I thought this was going to do a lot worse, but honestly, I really underestimated the power of Dream Eater. I think these other people, I know Exceptional for sure. I know for a fact he did not, what's it called? He did not get Dream Eater until the Elite Four, at least in his first run. Oh yeah, speaking of which, he did do 2. Let's take a look. Yeah, because, see, he was in the league with the... Yeah, Sleep Powder with Compound Eyes is really... Yeah, an hour 29 going. Yeah, he didn't get Dream Eater until he blacked out of the league. Miracle Seed. Ah. Yeah, I think he has the exact... Yeah, he now has the exact same move. But his first playthrough for round 1 was like a 149. Then in his second run... Okay, he was a lower level than I was. Oh, he has hidden power. Oh. I don't know what his hidden power typing is. Even with hidden power, my run is still faster. Look at that. Oh, my camera's blocking it. Hold on. 125.50. Even with hidden power and a lower level. Let's look at Scott's. His run's probably gonna be... Yeah, dude. That's what his overlay used to look like for Gen 3. Text used to be a lot bigger. Definitely looks better now, that's for sure. Alright, a 207, 709 game time. Okay, so I feel proud of myself for this, because I didn't end up having Axe use help. For some reason this week, he only routed Beedrill. He did not route Butterfree. I don't know if it was an oversight, or if he didn't want to, but I essentially had to do it on my own. You could say I probably entered the fight a little over-leveled, but doing the training at Psych is pretty efficient. And besides, like, I was barely hitting some of those ranges. I still think it was the right call, though. It's a little annoying how the runs aren't exactly comparable, though, because they start out as Caterpies. But, anyway, thank y'all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream will be tomorrow. I will be doing some speed runs of Kirby Superstar Ultra. Not the arena. I'm just going to do that offline. Actually, it's probably busy. Maybe. The runs were routed months ago, but yeah, I'll be doing some runs in Meta Nightmare Ultra, which is a sub-game that's an actual decent amount of time. And the average speed run of it will probably go around 30 minutes. So I feel like